All right, the last thing that anybody wants is to be the one person on a cruise ship that just seems to annoy everyone they interact with. And the truth is, there's like some unwritten rules and etiquette that everybody seems to just follow and go along with on a cruise. So let's talk about some of that so that you don't become that person.
Okay, so we want to start out by getting you ready to set sail smoothly. So, etiquettes for this. Let's keep in mind that everybody is boarding the ship probably near or around the same time. So, go ahead and just prepare yourself. You're going to maybe be in a line or two. Oh, wow. You're getting ready to start vacation. Just try to have a very relaxed environment. So, if you are stuck in the line to board the ship, pack your patience. Everybody will get through it pretty quickly. If you do happen to want to head up to the buffet as soon as you embark and want to grab lunch, same thing. You might have a little bit of a wait. People are still trying to learn the ship the same as you. You might have been on the ship before, so have patience with people that don't know where everything is. I also want to make a note too. Keep in mind also, elevators are going to be very busy that first day. Especially, we've talked about this in another video. So if you haven't checked out a previous post that we've had about this, make sure that you subscribe to our channel so that you can stay up to date on everything. But specifically, midship around the piazza, those are going to definitely be your busiest
Very busy.
elevators. People are going to be coming on with their luggage, carry-ons, etc. So I would suggest try to go more aft or forward to those elevators if you can, if you just don't want to stand around and wait. Or better yet, get your steps in and use the stairs. Yeah. And then also, again, it's going to be a little congested that first day because everybody kind of tends to go to the same places to begin with. So, of course, your Lido deck, it's going to be a little bit more crowded, especially for the sail away party, which is really fun. But again, pack your patience with those bartenders specifically around the pool because that's going to be where everybody wants to grab that sail away cocktail. They're moving and grooving as fast as they can. So, just a little bit of kindness can go a long way. So just keep that in mind.
Well, and at these peak times, just try to be aware of where you're at and how things are moving around you at the buffet when it's so crowded. Take note of which way the lines are moving and where people are queuing up and kind of do the same thing. No one likes it when somebody butts in front of them or jumps lines, so try not to do that. And then as you're walking through the ship, especially during those peak times, try not to just stand in the middle of the walkway. Move over to the side if you're going to stop and look at something. Just little things like that just make it easier for everybody.
Yes. Okay, we're going to move into dining etiquette while you're on a cruise ship. Again, we're not here to tell you the do's and don'ts of everything here. It's just things that we've learned ourselves.
Yeah.
So previously, Will mentioned in the buffet, just be mindful and take note of what the flow is for the line.
Yeah.
So again, you're trying to be kind and not just kind of cut in front of somebody. Treat others the way that you would want to be treated, if you will. In terms of the dining room, so make sure if you haven't made those dining reservations for your main dining rooms to do that ahead of time. If you, by some reason, just choose not to do that, there's going to be a line to get into the dining rooms. The same thing, just kind of pack your patience. Be aware of the busiest times that dining room is going to be. Surprisingly, 5 o'clock is going to be a really busy time, especially if it tends to be during a family cruising season. So, spring break, summertime, because you got to remember people want those littles to eat kind of early because they typically go to bed early.
Yeah, people are trying to get food in before the shows.
Yeah. And same thing, people, anytime that you're trying to get to a show, that's again going to be your busiest time to eat. So that 5 o'clock time also is busy because people want to try to get to that 7 o'clock theater show. The second time of the theater show typically is around, I believe, around 9, sometimes 8:30. So your busy eating time again is going to probably be around 6:30. So just, take notice of that. If you're not really a person that enjoys shows, maybe try to plan accordingly, not around those times so that people that want to get to those shows can do that. If you also decide that you want to share a table with people, Will and I don't typically do that,
Not a
only
lot.
because I mean, this is our vacation, and just with how our work life is, I don't get to talk to him very much. So my vacation time, I really want to be with him.
Yeah, we catch up a lot.
Yeah. But table etiquette, you're going to be with people with all different kinds of viewpoints, whether it's political, religion, what have you. So just maybe know how to steer communication if you don't want to talk about a certain topic. But it can also be really fun because you can meet some people. Really cool people. We actually have done that a lot at breakfast because we don't mind sharing at breakfast.
We do it more often at breakfast.
It can be fun. So just go into it with that type of energy, where you're just excited to talk to new people.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to ask about what formal night is like. I would say these days you really have a big gamut here. So you might have some guys that do still want to choose to wear a tuxedo. Honestly, when I see those gentlemen that decide to do that, it's nice.
Snazzy.
Yeah, it's really snazzy. They're very dapper. But that's not to say that you need to wear a tuxedo. Will wears just a regular suit.
A nice suit.
Suit and tie. But I've also seen a lot of men that don't wear a suit. They just might have a good pair of slacks on and then, a polo shirt or something like that. I do not know what the guidelines are in terms of shorts. I do think they get a little, I think if they look nice, you can maybe get away with it. If you're going to try to wear your boarding shorts or your bathing suit shorts, they're not going to let you in.
One of those things. I'm big on letting everybody do whatever they feel like they want to do. But to a certain extent, there is a dress policy for the main dining room.
Yeah.
And that dress policy, I think it's that you've got to have shoes on and you've got to have pants. Now, they're going to let you come in and eat regardless of what you're wearing because they're trying to provide customer service and they don't want to turn you away for that. But
they are a little bit stricter when it comes to those formal nights.
Yeah.
So if you really just don't want to do that, go to the buffet. That's not something that you have to do. For women, I see, again, it's a gamut. There's women that really dress it up and wear the whole, cocktail dress, have the glitz and glam on. Then there's some other ladies that choose to just, maybe wear a pair of black pants and like a cute top. So don't feel like you have to really, really dress up as if it's prom or, when I first started cruising, formal night did look different, but the way that fashion is now these days, it's just changed so much. So don't let formal night scare you, but if that's just really not your thing, go ahead and check out the buffet that night.
All right, time for a hot topic. I'm not trying to really get anything started, but people, the saving of the pool chairs, okay? I get it. Everybody wants a chair by the pool. Okay, but getting out there at getting out there at 7:00 and putting all your stuff on the chair, it's a little much. So just a little etiquette goes a long way. And if you're not going to be at a certain spot for, I don't know, I would say a half hour is probably the limit. Yeah. Just respect the people around you and other cruisers. So. There's plenty of chairs. There's plenty of space to go around. And if you got a place, sit down in that place. And if you're done with that place, pick up all your stuff and leave. It just eliminates a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Other people are looking for somewhere to sit down. And honestly, the deck attendants are walking around trying to figure out who's where and if you're still there and if they should take up those towels and do whatever. When you're finished with the chair, get your towel and pick it up and take it and drop it off on your way out. Just little etiquette things. Noise levels and stuff in personal spaces. Just be aware of the dynamics of where you're at. If you're in a loud environment, it's okay to be a little loud. If you're in a quiet environment and I don't know, you're in crooners and there's some guy playing jazz on the piano and everybody's real mellow, you don't want to be the person screaming and shouting. So just be wary of that. A lot of this is just simple respect for everybody around you so that, hey, want you to have a good time. I like to have a good time, and you should be allowed to have a good time as long as your good time doesn't make me not able to have a good time. Then we're gonna have some issues.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you see it all, and of course, there's gonna still be those people that I don't know. They just maybe don't realize what they're doing, but if you, I think a big pet peeve of mine, I'll just say it. If you're FaceTiming or you're on a phone call, don't be on speaker. Use your headphones or your AirPods or what have you to talk to people. Everyone else around you doesn't need to hear how your kids are, or what your family's doing, it's a little crazy. Yeah. And I mean, then you have those of us that are trying to do videos too while we're on the ship. And I do think, we try to be kind and, not want to show a lot of other people's faces, and same thing, that we're not, going around right in front of you with a camera or something to do our videos. So yeah, like Will said, just be cautious and courteous of that. I do think in terms of the pool lounger saving, Princess is trying to do a little bit of a better job with those deck attendants. They will take up your stuff if it's there for a while. So be mindful of that. Yeah. So you might be ending up finding your stuff at guest services if that ends up happening. It's not like they're going to throw your stuff away, but they're going to move it. Yeah. Okay, let's get into cabin etiquette. So do keep in mind those walls in between the cabins, they're not super, super thick, okay? I would say it is probably a little bit even less thick than, say, a hotel room. Now, that's not to say that you are going to hear everything from your neighbors. Again, unless you just tend to be a loud talker, be mindful of that. Especially if you're on your balcony, that travels. Okay, so keep that in mind. For us, you might have if you have sleep apnea. So I know that a lot of those machines. I've never heard anybody on either side of us
really had that problem.
Really ever. Even when we've had a connecting door in a cabin one time, I don't remember hearing anything. But just be mindful of, like if you want to listen to music or something in your cabin, while you're taking your shower or something, be mindful. You just never know what other people's schedules are either. So, or people might be taking naps. You just don't know. So also some etiquette in terms of your air conditioning, because everybody is going to start complaining about this if you're not aware. Don't sleep with your door open. In terms of if you have a balcony door, I don't mean your cabin door. I mean your balcony door. It might be a really nice night and it might have a really great breeze, but every other cabin on that floor is going to start feeling it if you're letting in a little bit of that heat coming in. So try not to do that. And of course, even when you are in your room, as you're going in and out of your balcony, just try not to keep that open as much. And then also your cabin door, make sure you're not slamming it every time that you leave. I get it that sometimes it can happen, especially if you do, if Will's out in the balcony and for some reason has that open.
It's kind of like a wind tunnel.
It's a wind tunnel. So sometimes it'll make that cabin door slam, but just be mindful of that, especially as you're coming back in the evenings or leaving early in the morning. Not everybody wants to be woken up by somebody else's cabin door slamming in the middle of the night or really early in the morning. So just be mindful of that too.
All right, and then last, just a little bit about just embarkation, disembarkation, and just being nice to the staff, tipping. I know there's like this huge thing going on with Carnival. I see these videos where people are taking all their gratuities off their bill. I don't know if that, I guess you can do that on Princess, can't you? Can you go down and take your gratuities off? I don't know that you can.
I don't know.
But it's just, I don't know. To me, it's not the right thing to do. And a lot of these people go above and beyond with their service. At least that's the way what we've experienced. So we like to go above and beyond and show them our gratitude for that. And that goes for the people on the boat. Also, make sure that you're being generous to your porters and the people that are driving you back and forth if you're having some kind of a transfer. Remember, those people aren't connected, right? So you want to tip the porter and you also want to tip whatever kind of transfer person is there. just bring along a little bit of extra cash and grease the wheels, for lack of a better term. But if you're an avid cruiser like we are, and you're seeing these people and over again and building those relationships, a little bit goes a long way. And giving a little bit of extra generosity helps them remember you on the backside when you come back, and it's gonna give you even better service than you had the first time. I promise. So don't be Ebenezer Scrooge.
Yeah,
And
try not to be too stingy. But
I
will
tend to be
also,
stingy, so
yeah,
this is one area that I don't.
I will say I do understand. We do kind of live in a world right now too where it seems like everybody wants a tip for anything now. So, I don't know, you go get your coffee and it's like an option
30%
now.
for the barista.
Yeah, it's like added to your screen when you're paying for all that. So I get it. And I also want to say, I know, everyone has spent, a good amount of money for these cruises too. So don't feel obligated to tip. Okay. I mean, if you just don't have the money, you don't have the money. Okay. But that being said, like Will said, you want to be mindful that these crew members, their working hours are insane.
Yeah.
And, obviously they're from all over the world. So you don't know what their family situations might be.
A lot of them are away from their families, and they're
Yeah.
sending this money back and forth. So.
Exactly. Yeah. They're sending money back home to help support their families. So, again, we're not trying to preach here to say like you absolutely should tip every single person. That's not what we're saying. And we certainly don't tip everybody. Okay. But if we've just received a really outstanding service from somebody and somebody's just really made a big impression on us, that's when we feel that we want to be kind and that we just want to be a blessing to somebody else.
Yeah. We met a lady several cruises back. And again, this just goes, it doesn't have to be a big thing.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be a lot of money, but
No.
she carried around a bunch of ones and just tipped dollar bills when she felt like it. And, that, again, it just goes a long way. And she was on the boat multiple times, and everybody knew her name, and everybody made sure that she had exactly what she needed wherever she went. So just a tip, and it goes a long way.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess that's about all we got to say about cruise etiquette, or our little bits of what we think makes things a little bit easier on the boat. And again, just to wrap it all up, it's just about being mindful and being aware of the people around you. And like Kara said, treat others the way that you want to be treated. Hope this helps. Again, constantly cruising, and we are getting closer and closer to embarking on the Star Princess in just a few weeks. So like, subscribe, give us a follow down below. Let us know what your next cruise is, and we'll see you in the next video.
Yeah.